Welcome back to Dragonfall. We have new information, and the whole party has gathered, so I guess we're moving right along. I've got nothing more to say, boss. Let's just get this run taken care of. If you think you can hit me up, you can hit me up again later if you want to talk. Alright, well. Alice. Amsel peers at you apprehensively. His eyes are bloodshot, his expression grim. Did you get the information about Green Winters? Yes, I spoke to Altug. He gave me this memory stick. Let's see what his agent has to say. Amsel snatches the memory card from your hand and slots it into his computer terminal. He navigates a series of command line menus, and a wall of amber text floods the screen. Amsel scans it, mouthing the words as his eyes flit back and forth. Barakgazi's agent tailed Green Winters to a hotel in a cesspool of Akiez called Dragonfall. Dragonkeeper? It's not like dragonfish, I think. I should just have the translate page open. Oh, no, I'm way off. I mean, I don't speak German, but it is drug dump. Anyway. Maybe I'll stop trying to guess at German. The hotel is called Das Kesselhaus. It is a renovated factory nestled deep in the heart of Drogenkeeper. It appears that Winters is holed up there. Recently, there was some contention between two gangs over control of this neighborhood. Due to the gang violence, the agent refused to follow Winters inside of the hotel, but he confirms that he is still inside. Well, what are we waiting for? Iger slings her rifle over her shoulder with a single spare motion. Gear up, people. We have a hotel to raid. Glory and Dietrich pause, exchange looks with Paul. Just a moment, Iger. Amsel rises from his chair, drawing himself to full height. Even so, he has to crane his neck to look her in the eye. Sorry, somebody drag racing outside, sounds like. You are an excellent soldier, and no one questions your competence in the field. Your loyalty to this team is equally commendable. That said, we believe that Alice is the right choice to lead the team. I'm not entirely sure I agree with that. This whole setup seems a little fishy and is really not helping my relationship with Iger, but oh well. There's a long pause before Iger speaks. When she does, her voice comes out dull and flat. What? Don't mistake this decision for a reprimand. Monica considered your contributions to the team to be invaluable. But we all know that she wasn't comfortable putting a soldier in charge. Iger speaks through clenched teeth. Her words are measured, but her expression is livid. This is unbelievable. You want to put the rookie in charge? Again? She shakes her head. Don't you people learn from your mistakes? This is going on too long. Like, she's just completely stonewalling everyone else's points. It doesn't make sense. She's not dumb. So why is this her, like, the things she was putting forward before are factually untrue, like about me getting her killed. All of that stuff was just either unavoidable or factually wrong. She literally wasn't in the room. And now this, like, vendetta, it really, like, the game's really milking it. Alice is the reason we're still alive, Iger. She kept us together. She let us out of there in one piece. Well, this seems a little bit on the other side of things, a little bit overly congratulatory. Making her your number one girl. She sounds tired, resigned, but above all, disappointed. This is more of your flux state idiocy at work, isn't it? Okay, this is getting absurd. So, why does she want the job? Right? Like, she wasn't unless she's a fucking traitor and she knew that Monica was gonna die. Why is she upset? Like, when you are in a Shadowrunning group, everyone hopes that it's going to go as well as possible and nobody's going to get hurt or die. And everybody assumes that everyone's going to get hurt or die. That's how you get through these things. That's like, in the canon of Shadowrun, that's how these things work. Everybody assumes it's going to go to shit. Nobody, like, you know, the level of affiliation you have with any given group varies depending on the group. But, like, either she believes that this group was, like, really close knit and therefore wanted, everybody was friendly with each other and, like, familial to the point where there was never an expectation that anyone would be lost from the group, right? Which is, I mean, foolish to begin with because it's Shadowrunning. But then further, why would she ever even consider who would, like, I can sort of see that, like, she would at least have it in her mind that, like, of course I'm the obvious choice. Like, never, not that she would ever say it to anybody, but if this ever went to shit, I would be the obvious choice. And having that idea that she had in her mind be, proven wrong might be slightly upsetting, but not to this level. This screams, I was expecting her to die and to take over this group immediately. And she's ruining my plans, which I'd like to believe isn't the case, but I don't understand how else I could explain her being this upset. It sort of is beyond her character. It's beyond any reasonable person under these circumstances. Meanwhile, she's taking jabs at the flux state, but it's like, we've already established very explicitly within the narrative that nobody comes here for no reason, right? Everybody's here for a reason, and it's, presumably since she's here for, getting in trouble doing her professional job before this, like, she may not like the idea of the flux state, but she has to appreciate some element of it. That, like, when she was either by choice or by force ostracized from wherever she was before, that she at least has a place to go. So you can make fun of, like, the, anarcho-capitalist bullshit, but, like, why would you do it here and now? And try and use it as a blunt instrument to get your way in this argument. Dietrich reaches out, puts his hand on her shoulder. It's what Monica believed in. Iger's voice tightens. For a moment, her control slips and her face contorts in grief. Yeah, and look what that got her. She straightens to her full height. Let me give you a piece of advice. In the field, only two things matter: the mission and survival. Everything else is a distraction. Your ridiculous politics have no place on a Shadowrun. Okay, so you are aware that this is a Shadowrun. You're like, that's the thing. She doesn't seem to be delusional that this is, well, I don't know. Like, if she was, a proper military operator for some state government or something before, or a police force or who knows, whatever else, which her gear would sort of suggest. But she came here and has acknowledged that, like, she's a Shadowrunner now. Then what the fuck? You have to... Those are two somewhat irreconcilably different states of being and states of employment. Like... You weren't even in the building. You want, like, you're a sniper. So do you want to come in with us and be on point or what? Like, what's your deal? Dietrich manages a smile. What can I say? We're German. We have a history of strong political views. Okay, dude, that's a little... So a way of putting that, I guess? Iger sighs. The tone of resignation returns to her voice. Screw it, let's put an end to this. I've got the skill and experience to lead this team. Do you, though? Alice, on the other hand, was appointed by Monica as a joke. Why are you like this? If you'd rather she take the lead, I'll abide by that. But I want to hear each of you say it. I don't really want to piss her off more, but I don't know... I don't think that placating her will ever work. She has to come to this herself. They already have. You just weren't listening. You stay out of this. She stabs an armored finger into your chest, hard. The moment she raises her hand to you, Dante's ears lay back and he lets out a low growl. Reflexively, she takes a half step back. I think we've heard what Dante has to say. As for my part, Alice saved our lives back there. You may not believe it, but she did. The way I see it, that means I follow her lead a while longer. Gloria's voice is uncharacteristically gentle. I trust in Monica's judgment. Therefore, I trust in Alice Omarta's judgment. The discussion is finished, Iger. Amsel speaks softly, but his tone is firm. Alice will take Monica's place as the leader of this team. This line just shouldn't be an option. Like, it's not gonna pan out, right? Like, it seems pretty clear to me from what I've seen that the writing is not dynamic enough for this to mean anything. It's not gonna change how she behaves later. It's not gonna change other dialogue. It's just to, you know, it's just for characterization purposes, except for why would anybody ever want to be that person? Especially because in so much of the prior dialogue, there isn't the option to be that person. So this is like, this is out of the blue for anyone. Like, the rudest responses to all her other stuff have not been that ridiculous. So just, why include it? I don't know. It's like I think one of the more famous examples is the Renegade options in the Mass Effect series, where, like, I don't remember what the metrics were. It was something like, I think it was like less than 10% of players picked Renegade option, or like, I don't remember if it was an absurdly low number. I don't remember if it was like less than 10 or 15% picked any Renegade options, or if it was like pick the Renegade path. Anyway, it was low. My point is that the answer there is just, or the reason for that was mostly, hey, the Renegade option is just be a dick unnecessarily. Not like choose a different path. It's just be mean. And this is the same kind of thing. I'll do whatever it takes to keep this team and Monica's legacy alive. That includes taking your advice, Iger. Iger gives you a small nod. That's big of you. Well, I hope you're not being sarcastic there. Because, yeah, it is. You're being fucking little baby whiner right now. I am keep trying to be the bigger woman, and you're being an asshole. She looks from Dietrich to Glory to Amsel, finally down at Dante, then sighs. I don't agree with this decision, but I will respect it. Oops. I think I just double-clicked by accident. She nods again, more decisively this time. Alex takes the lead, then. Conversation closed. It's time to move on. We need to focus on chasing down Green Winters. Well, I'm going to have to go see what that dialogue was when I record it back. I think it blinked on the screen very briefly. FYI, since you're watching this on YouTube, you can pause the video and using the not the arrow keys, but the less than, greater than symbols, you can go through the video frame by frame. Most people don't know that even exists, but it does. So if you want to see what it said, maybe you can find it that way. No promises. Anyway. Indeed. I have transferred the information that we received from Altug to the computer terminal in the next room. It used to be Monica's personal workstation. Alice, now it's yours. Monica kept a variety of notes and dossiers on that machine. I would suggest reviewing her notes when you have the time. Amsel turns his attention away from you and back to his computer screen. Good hunting. I will eagerly await your return. I wouldn't suggest driving to Drogenkipa. The roads aren't safe. Taking the U-Bahn would be faster anyway. See, again, this is just renegade option. Thanks for the tip, Iger. The U-Bahn it is. Iger nods, then turns to check our equipment. The rest of the group disperses in turn. You now command a team of Shadowrunners. When traveling to new mission locations, you will be able to choose which members of your team to bring and modify their loadout for the run. When members of your team become permanently incapacitated on a mission, they'll be automatically extracted for emergency medical care. They will be patched up and ready for action the next time you return to your safe house. Avoid this loss of firepower by always carrying some Boomona trauma kits into the field. These can be purchased at the Street Docs office in the Kriz Bazaar. Alright. Well, that was a thing. Nothing more to say. This isn't the best of the times. Come back later if you want to talk. We've got a job to prepare for, Alice. I don't have any more time to talk. Hit me up after the run if you like, but for now I need some space. Alice, you should probably be getting ready for your trip to Das Kesselhaus. Time is short. Got a question for you about the Kriz Bazaar. Little slice of heaven, isn't it? What can I tell you about our kids? I need to stock up for our next job. As luck would have it, there are a variety of individuals at Kriz Bazaar who can help you with that. Some are even reputable. Who are you looking for? Alright, so this is just finding stuff. Can you tell me about some of the other people around town? Samuel Brackenbauer is a good man, perhaps a bit xenophobic, but this is to be expected. He stands up for the rights of the goblinoid races, the orcs and the trolls, yes. They've been more vilified and victimized than any of the other metahuman breeds. What is important is a leader and a healer, and that helps his people. Soy Calf Shop, Jan Goldschmidt. I tell you you will find him there because he never seems to leave the place. Every time I go in for a coffee, he is there sipping on soy calf. Beyond that, I cannot say what I think of the man. He is a jovial sack of fat. Perhaps if you speak with him, you can learn something more. Members of the team. If you have questions about your teammates, I recommend checking your mission computer. I know Monica wrote down dossiers on each of them. Amsel's voice is sad. She'd be the best qualified to tell you about their capabilities anyway. Don't need anything. Sorry to have bothered you. Alright, well. Your workstation and mission computer, the command center for your team's operations, and your fast link to the memory of Monica Schaefer. Excuse me. Her thoughts and words live on in the machine. At times, it's easy to forget that she's gone. The cool blue tones of the workstation's main menu fill the screen. A blinking message in the upper right corner notifies you that you have 0 unread messages. Read old messages. Vid. Hello, Ace. The screen flickers to life and Monica's face appears. Her hands are on her hips and she's wearing a wry smile. Hey Ace, if you're reading this, it means that I've either died or stepped down. Hopefully the latter, but probably the former. Not many Shadowrunners make it to retirement age. Exactly. See, she knows what's going on. Fuck Iger. In any case, I'm sure that you'll do a fine job in the role. If you need anything, talk to Paul. He's a good man and he knows how important it is to me that you take my place. Oh, this is actually to me. I thought I was reading her emails. But no, this is to me. Okay. One last thing, Ace. Iger might cause you some problems. Yeah, no shit. In fact, I think it's a fair bet that she already has. Just remember, she brings something to this team that nobody else does. You'll want her on your side. My advice to you is this. Hold your own with her. Yeah, I've already done that. If she pushes you, push back. Don't try to butter her up with flattery. She'll see right through it. Most of all, do what you can to earn her respect. She'll never be satisfied following you if you don't give her a better reason to than because Monica said so. I have faith in you. It's just up to you to justify that faith. She half turns away from the camera, then returns her attention to you. The image is uncannily lifelike. Oh, and by the way, Ace, if you botch this, I'm coming back and haunting your ass. I mean that. Alright, you know, I'll come back and take a look at the personnel files in and then get started on a job in the next episode. So I'll see you guys for that next time.